We really made it to the end of Love Island USA. Wow, it's been a journey. Now, if we're being honest, is anyone shocked about the results? Yeah, I hope not. If you've been watching all season, you should know the results is what it was going to be. Okay? There was no shocker there. Like I said, I was okay with 1 and 2 being 1 and 2, 2 and 1, whatever the case may be. I knew who 3 was going to be, and I knew who 4 was going to be. Let's get into this last episode recap. Wow. I can have my evenings back. Okay? Anywho, Zach and Kata were really shocked that they weren't sent home. They're in the final 4. Sincere and Melanie catching up. He's talking about, even if they went home, he knows they have something good, something great. And she's talking about is they can see America sees the good in them and not all the bad. Baby, America doesn't see the good in both of y'all. America sees you. You. I don't think anybody with sense is voting for both of y'all. They're voting for Melanie. Baby, Sincere ain't in that. If I'm being real, Final 4 would not have hit the same without those 4 in the Final 4. And I mean the core 4. I don't know. You can't write a story like that. You get me? Now in the morning, they get their little text for their, final dates. For some people, their first dates. No, for everybody but Trinity and Bryce. But I'm sorry, Ian saying Melanie and Bryce, they met 6 weeks ago. They've split up. They've cried. They've split up multiple times. They've had their families tell them to stay away from each other. And this is the date they get. Because the date was actually cute. Well, no, was it cute? It was all right. Location was good. And speaking of, Melanie and Sincere were first. They take a little boat to this remote bar on the water. And I'm seeing a massage table. I was like, oh, so y'all don't have a masseuse? Y'all got to be the person that massage each other? And it's not even each other. It was on one bed. So Melanie got a massage. And then they're making their own pizza. Okay? I mean, her talking about her family back in DR was cute. And he gonna tell her she's been resilient through everything. Even when something bad happened, it's not like you rolled over and took it. You got up and tried even harder. What do you mean by that? I'm glad she was like, okay, let's not think I'm resilient so you can put me through some more shit. We have back at the villa, Zach and Bryce, they're having their bonding chat. Zach says, he did find love, platonic love with Bryce. We'll let that simmer. We have Zach and Kata's date. Also from the dates, you could tell 3rd and 4th immediately. Because Kata and Zach, getting dressed all nice. Then in that speedboat to go in the water fast as hell, getting wet. And then getting on that side table by the swamp, the lake, and having dry ass sandwiches. Okay. Melanie and Sincere, they came back from the day. And, I liked when it was Melanie, Anaya, and Trinity. And I think it was Trinity who was like, she can't wrap her mind around the fact that it's 4 Black women in the final. Period. Zach did on the date say that, he might joke around about the love stuff, but it's at the tip of his tongue. He can see himself saying it soon. Last I checked, why would you announce you can almost say love you? Don't you just say I love you when you're ready? Get out my face. He said, he wants to be wherever Kata is. Okay. Now, my favorite date, Carl and Anaya. Oh my gosh. That's where the budget went. It went to Carl and Anaya, and it went to Bryce and Trinity. But I felt like it was real heavy on Carl and Anaya, okay? The date was gorgeous. Literally a fairy tale. And they had a little book, which was basically their story from beginning to end. Anaya with He Who Should Not Be Named, because he ain't in the Final 4. When Carl was there, when Carl got dumped, Carl coming back. First of all, that book, whoever put that together, 10 out of 10. I asked for a fairy tale and that girl got it. Okay. Honestly, I think around the part where it talked about his dumping, he was like, he understood why she did what she did, and he does not hold that against her. Love that. They had a moment. They were both emotional, and they had a little cute dance at the end. Real cute. Meanwhile, back at the villa, Kata is ecstatic about her date. She trying to, up it up, talk about the words Zach said to me. And they're like, oh my God, what words? He said, the I love you shit. And they're like, okay, what did he say? Talk about, he said it's at the tip of his tongue. So that's why you're getting excited? Melanie was like, okay, tell him to bring it out. Because why are you excited? Because someone says the tip, it's at the tip of their tongue. Like someone saying, I almost told you I was going to give you $1 million. It's at the tip of my tongue. Okay, well, go ahead and say it and pay it. The fuck? Then we have Trinity and Bryce for their date. But Anaya and Carla back. And y'all could tell that Melanie and Sincere and Zach and Kata knew they were not first or second Well, they knew they were not first. Let me just say the first. Because when Anaya was telling them about their date, I feel like it hit them like, dang, their date was better than mine. They knew Anaya was going to be higher than them. I'm so sorry. I've gotten a bumpy speedboat with some dry ass sandwiches. And I had to make my own food and get a massage from a raggedy man. And you telling me they had a whole fairy tale written, a whole book that they can have? Baby, I know I'm not beating them. So yeah, I'm sure they knew. And Trinity and Bryce's date, real cute. They had a little fiery dancers or whatever. They exchanged I love yous. And when they got back, you know, they told everybody how they said it, I love yous or whatnot. Next morning, the girls went to go get their nails done, which is, I could have sworn they got more done than just their nails. But I guess all the budget went to the dates. Well, really, Anaya and Trinity's. But when it was time for the little Final Four reveal, not Final Four reveal, the winner reveal, when the girls came down with their dresses and the men with their suits, suited and booted, they looked good. I thought the little memory walk, the memory lane they had was really cute. And them watching the movie back about their journey, you know, with Bryce being sad in Casa, Naya's breakdown, what's that boy name? He Who Shall Not Be Named. And then even Carl being sweet and Anaya saying she should have brought Carl back. Just the whole story, like them getting to see that. Even when she said she could have effed Carl right then and there, I think she realized the rest of the world saw that too. But yeah, like I thought it was really cute. And they had the little messages from their family. I noticed everybody was talking about their pairs except for Melanie and Sincere. Okay? Wasn't, oh my God, and this person is so amazing or whatever. Well, no, really Melanie. I think Sincere family said something about Mel. I don't know if Mel said something about Sincere. I can't remember. But Sincere Mama saying he's done an amazing job. Did we watch the same show, sister? Okay. I'm sorry, the random messages from the celebrities. What was it? Kalani. Who else? Lizzo. Freaking Drewski. Okay. Now, fourth place, Zach and Kata. Are we shocked? No. Third place, Mel and Sincere. Am I shocked? No. Second place, Anaya and Carl. And then first place, Trinity and Bryce. But I'm sorry, Zach asking Trinity, can he kiss Bryce? Boy, if you don't get the... And Carl being so adorable saying, you know, he's getting all choked up seeing, you know, Bryce and Trinity because that's what this is all about. They really deserve it. That boy is such a sweetheart. And then Trinity crying and saying how she doesn't really see, you know, people from where she is get to do great things like this. I don't know. It was really cute. Well deserved. But what a season. It was very interesting because we didn't really have another dates. We just had a lot of trouble, but still interesting nonetheless. But wow, guys, Love Island USA recaps of 2026 is done. Wow. I have my nights back. Appreciate y'all for sticking around, though. Yeah.